Hey guys, okay, so today's video is super different, but I thought it'd be fun and I might start doing this instead of for the year. I might start doing this type of video a little bit more regularly because I think it's fun and I know you guys like reading and I like reading. So I thought might as well share my favorite books for the year. So for 2020, these were my favorite reads ever. Really quick, all I'm wearing today is my typical foundation routine, some liquid liner, mascara, the Lash Love mascara with primer, and then I am wearing this is by itself, that's how pigmented it is, I love it, and it's so moisturizing, but I am wearing the iconic red new unlimited lip glosses that we have, and they smell pretty good, and they're not sticky, and they're really beautiful color, and they're so, why are you barking at? They're a beautiful color, and they're really moisturizing. Okay, so let's jump into my favorite books now that I've got my look out of the way. Really quick, the Kindle for me this year, I got it this year, like sometime April. It has been the best thing that I've had ever. Like, it is, without a shadow of a doubt, my favorite thing that I own. I'm so grateful that Joe got this for me, and this is just a cover, but I have the Kindle, the Kindle's in here. I have the Kindle Paperwhite in 8 gigabytes, I believe. It's the lowest amount of gigabytes that you can get for the Kindle, and it is the waterproof version, so I really like that because I love reading in the bathroom, in the shower, so that's just something that I like, or reading by the pool when we go on vacation. Not that we've been doing a lot of that this year, so, but that's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted the waterproof version. But anyways, I've been loving this thing, and it's helped me burn through so many books. I read so much more now, and especially because people can't tell what I'm reading. I don't know why I hate it when people can see what I'm reading. So people can't tell what I'm reading. I can put like 10 books on here, and when I travel, it's awesome. We did go to the Keys, so it was nice to have this when we went to the Keys because I had all these books downloaded on there, so I could read as much as I want without having to lug around 10 books. So that was really nice. It's just the best. It fits in your purse. It's light. I'm just obsessed with it. I really am. You can read in bed because it does have a light. So anyways, all the features that this have been awesome, and because of that, I've been reading more. So it's been the best. So I'm gonna leave my little, well, I'll put it over here so I don't drop it. And then I'm gonna pull up a list of all the books that I read, and I'm gonna point out my faves. Okay, so I'm gonna go in the order of that I've read them. And then some of these books I read on Kindle, and some I read on the physical book, like the physical version of the book, because that was before I got the Kindle. So one of my very favorite books that I read this year, I haven't finished it because it's kind of like, have you guys ever seen This Is Us, where you watch the show and you know that when you watch it, it's gonna make you cry, so you like choose to watch it on time so you're cool with crying? That's kind of this book. It makes me cry in a good way. It's such a good book. It's such a sweet book, and that is called Imagine Heaven, Near-Death Experiences, God's Promises, and the Exhilarating Future That Awaits You, and that is by John Burke. And that book is phenomenal, you guys. It's so good. I recommend it to everybody and anybody. Like, whether you are a Christ follower or not, I think you should read this book. It's incredible. It was written by somebody who did not believe in God or in Jesus or anything, and his parents were dying or something, like if I recall right, his parents were dying, and then he started researching like what happens after death, and he did all this research on all of these near-death experiences, and in that research that he documents in this book, through that research process, he came to know Jesus, which is so cool. And I love hearing stories like that, but it's chock full of absolutely incredible stories, and it will make you cry because it's so touching. So that was a really good book. Another one of my super favorite books of the year is How to Make Disease Disappear, and that one is by Rangan Chatterjee. Not sure how to pronounce that, but it was a phenomenal read. I read this on my Kindle, now we're in the Kindle Reads, but this book is one of those books where it just changed me as a person, changed the way that I do life and do things. It's just such a good read. I really recommend reading it. It talks about how sugar is really bad for you, processed foods, all these things that no one is talking about, this book talks about with scientific backings to it. And then it also talks about the benefit of getting sunlight in the morning for your circadian rhythm. It talks about how stress impacts our health, how we can get sick from stress and catch colds, or how we can, it's like connected to all sorts of things, the sugar and the stress and not exercise, not moving your body, all of these different lifestyle things, how they're directly attached to depression, Alzheimer's, schizophrenia, like all these mental health illnesses, how it's also attached to cancer and all sorts of other biological illnesses. So it's really a good read. It's an easy read. It's not very confusing. It's not really complex, but it's such a good read. And that sent me completely down a rabbit hole on lifestyle books, refined. We don't eat as much refined or processed food anymore. So it has been a really, really good book. I really recommend that one. And it is on Kindle Unlimited, which is kind of like free to read. So really like that one. Another book that I really enjoyed, which I wouldn't consider a book, it's more of a pamphlet. It's a very quick read. I want to say it's like 30 or 40 pages. I don't know. It was really of a quick read. It's kind of like Spark Notes, but I really enjoyed it. Is Self-Discipline, How to Develop the Mindset, Mental Toughness, and Self-Discipline of a U.S. Navy SEAL, and that is by Dominic Mann. This author has a whole bunch of mini consumable books like that are like 40 pages, and I read pretty much all of them because they were that good. But my favorite was the Navy SEAL one because I am just so fascinated by Navy SEALs. Absolutely so fascinated, to the point that when I read this book, it just was so good, like the information. That Joy and I filmed a whole podcast episode on this because we thought it was so fascinating. So that book was really, really good. I have so much respect for the men and women that serve our country, and so it's just so interesting to get a little bit of a glimpse into that mindset and that type of like mental toughness that it takes to do that. So that was a really good book. I liked it. It was a quick read and it really inspired me. Another book that I really enjoyed, that is, this one I wouldn't say is more in the fun read, more of a fantasy novel, but I've been trying this year to not only read the self-help or the really informative books, but I've also been trying to mix it with more fun books because that's just kind of how I relax. I love reading, and I really enjoyed these. And it was two books that are kind of not related, but they are related, but it was really good. And they are by Claire Contreras, and it is Half Truths and Twisted Circles. And they were so good. They were fantasy reads, but they had like so many twists and turns, and they really kept you on your toes with the storyline. So I really enjoyed her novels. I really liked them. I liked the details, and I thought they were really cute, thought out books. I mean, cute as in like it was a fun read and it had me like wanting to read it. I read those in maybe a day or two. It had me really hooked on what was gonna happen, who did it. Like, it was a good mystery novel, but it wasn't scary because I don't do scary, but I really enjoyed that book. Another book that I really enjoyed, I have three more. So another one that I really enjoyed was You're the Girl for the Job, Daring to Believe the God Who Calls You, and that's by Jess Connolly. What a good book, y'all. What a good book. It was so counter-cultural. It was so against the hustle culture. It was so against working like a crazy person, and it was just a really good book. I read a bunch of books like this last year called To Hell with the Hustle by Jeff Lepke. Amazing. I read a bunch of books on not hustling all the time, and this was so refreshing because it was from a woman's perspective, which I really liked because most of the ones that I had read were male perspectives, which were good, but this was from a woman's perspective and it was a godly perspective. It was so good. It was phenomenal, and the author is so authentic and so real, and I just really liked that it was an encouraging book because it makes you want to work hard but in a balanceful way, and remembering that you're the girl for the job. I don't even know how to say it. It was just so good. Such a good book. A little bit like, if you guys have ever heard of the Girl Wash Your Face series, except this one I believe is more scripture based, which is why I enjoyed it more than that series. So I thought this was a great book. Super recommend it. And then the last two are pretty similar in topic, and I haven't finished reading them, but I will finish them. I'll probably finish one of them tonight because I don't have much left in it, and the other one I'll definitely finish before the year ends. But I will really enjoy these books. And the first one is Lessons for Madame Chic by Jennifer L. Scott, and it's 20 stylish secrets I learned while living in Paris. And it's just such a fun read. I have maybe 20 pages left in this book. It's such a fun read, I love the things that she goes over on how to be a hostess, a gracious hostess, her capsule wardrobe, like she says that, you know, she only has like her 10-item wardrobe. It was just such a good book. Having manners, being joyful, such a good book. I really love books like that. It was super fun, and she has a great YouTube channel as well that I really enjoy, and I've been watching them for fun. I watch it like while I paint my nails, so I've really been enjoying that as well, and her book has been great. And then we also have this one, piggybacks off of that. It is Modern Etiquette Made Easy, a 5-step method to mastering etiquette, and that one is by Micah Meyer. And that book is like a dictionary, I would say, yeah, a dictionary, basically a handbook of etiquette. And I love etiquette. I think that we need to use more of it, and we should polish up on it and teach our children etiquette. I love etiquette. So this book was awesome. I didn't even know that a book like this existed. So it's been really refreshing to read that and to polish up on my skills and to learn absolutely brand new skills. So this book has been just such a fun read. I will caution though that the book is something that you want to read over and over again. It's definitely a book that I will have forever and ever, and I will consistently resort back to keep learning the principles. It has so many great lessons in there and ideas and tips, and I think that it's a book that you want to read slowly so that you can learn it and practice the things. And sometimes, even if I think that I've learned it, I still have to keep looking back on it to polish up on some skills that she teaches. So, and she's just so cute, and her Instagram is also really, really cute, and she has like short little videos on etiquette. So I love her stuff. She teaches classes at the Plaza Hotel, which is really cool. I might take one because I think it's really cool. So anyways, that book has been just an absolutely refreshing. I love etiquette. I think it's so important. I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole, but I think it's so important. So I really enjoyed that book. So those were my favorites for the year. So I hope this video has been fun for you guys. It's something a little bit different. I'm just comfy and cozy at home, and I thought, you know what? Let me just pop out the ring light so that it's not dark in here, and let me get my laptop and record this and let you guys know what I read for the year. Let me know what your favorite books have been this year. I know a lot of you guys, my customers, are readers. It's so funny to me how much you guys like reading, either paperbacks or like actually on an e-reader, but I love it. So let me know what your favorite books have been this year, and let me know if you're gonna read any of the ones that I suggested. I read a whole mess of other books, like a whole ton of other books, but these were like for sure the ones that come to mind as my favorite ones for the year. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. If you need me, you know where to find me, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have an awesome day and take care. Bye.